Hello, once again, dear viewers, and welcome back to another Moonflower Tarot reading. And today I'm going to be taking a look at some new gifts, psychic or potentially spiritual awakenings, any downloads that might be coming in very soon for you, for the collective. If you have been going through a spiritual ascension or awakening, perhaps the Starseed origins or any other elevation as far as your spiritual nature within your crown or from your root to your crown, we're going to be taking a look at a lot of potentially new gifts that might be unlocking or ones that are currently there. Any advice that might come through, as this is a general reading and timeless. Only take what resonates. And if this finds you, well, then I want to thank you for joining me during this time. And I have a feeling this is going to be a very, very good and in-depth reading because, like always, when I sit down and I tune in and a lot of information comes in at once, it was almost very exciting. So I will also write a list of songs in a description below in case you use music for sending or healing or any other methods you might use music for. Clairaudiently, I received a lot of messages through music when I was first tuning into this collective and meditating. I also was meditating around 12:22 from where I am, and currently, time of recording is the 22nd of May. So this is timeless, but there might be a few numbers that might pop up that are indicators that you are well on your way towards this path of spiritual learning, spiritual ascension, and that new gifts are going to be coming through to you. Very specific and influential numbers might be the number 22, the number 44, the number 1111, or any other angel numbers. If you are seeing repeating angel numbers, that is a sign of sacred unity. If you've been working on your sacral chakra as well, there's a lot of good news about these gifts flowing through you. You are well on your way towards ascending to a new timeline as well. If you've been working on that side of you lately, another number that popped up for me was 4343, which might be a very specific number for some of you. And the number, or specifically the time, 10:22 or October 22nd, that might actually be a divine timing thing. You might be watching this around that time, October, or it could be a birthday, significant, a day, holiday. So the other signs and symbols and synchronicities that you might see around you during this time or during a time where you are spiritually aligning or opening new gifts would be a lot of birds around you. Baltimore Orioles, specifically blue jays, goldfinches, parakeets. You might have some birds of your own that might be trying to reach out to you, whether you have them in your home or passed on. They might be spirit guide animals as well. If you're drawn to very specific birds, or if certain birds like fly like directly across your path or are specific or in your way. I was walking down the road earlier and I had a pretty little robin. He was just escorting me down the street. Like, he kept walking right in front of me, looking back at me, and then flying ahead. And we did this for like almost kind of a couple blocks, but I thought it was very precious. So that might be a sign of synchronicity that you are awakening certain gifts, as birds are also linked to angels and angel messengers as well. Cardinals are often associated with the memories of passed on ancestors or loved ones. I keep hearing either the word memorials or Orioles, so there might be some memories coming up for you to cleanse as well, as a side note. one of the main themes I actually felt and I got overall when I was channeling a lot of this energy was that you're just coming into a time of love and peace. And the song that came up that was almost in my head for half the day, or well, actually, specifically like an hour before I started meditating, the song is called Hot Tea by Half Alive. And it's a very beautiful song about unconditional love in a way. That's how I feel when I listen to the song, like holding on to someone like hot tea. Like it's just warm and comforting. And there's no ego, it's just divine love. So there might be a sense of unity within the self, especially now during this time or during this time of year. You might be feeling in union with self. There might also be either a divine union you are manifesting or already in. Some of you actually currently have a soulmate twin flame connection and you're growing stronger together because of it. I'm actually seeing a couple sitting on a couch, like watching watching like the TV or this reading together, and they're just sitting together, just very avidly, like, yeah, we're growing together. It feels like a power couple dynamic. And this doesn't have to be romantic, it can be very much a friendship, platonic, brother, sister sort of thing, like chosen family. But I get this feeling that there's a sense of unity within the self more so, which is creating unity with others unbounded, and you are not limited by your sense of what's in front of you and your current reality. You are making the most of what's coming towards you, and that's a very unique gift when it comes to manifesting, is just to live and let go, to live and learn and find a place of peace with no matter what you have in front of you. So some crystals that might be useful for you to help you awaken, actually, I'm hearing for some of you who are awakening to starseed origins, a rainbow quartz or a rainbow quartz tower. Some of you actually might have one because I very specifically saw a very flashy rainbow quartz tower or crystal in my mind's eye. And it might have something to do with like dragons or the realm of the dragons. There are also specific star seeds that are, well, I often associate with dragons, and the Pleiades are one of them. Uh, Also, Mintaka and Orion star seeds, I kind of associate with dragons, but usually Mintaka and the Pleiades, there's a lot of like very dragon energy, but it felt like a gentle dragon. Like, oh my goodness, I just heard Puff the Magic Dragon, and I saw this very like have you okay, so Barney the dinosaur energy, that's the energy of this dragon and the realm of the fae. It's very gentle, it's very soft, it's serene, because I'm getting this image of very like pure periwinkle soul energy. You might even be opening up to seeing auras, or if you've been seeing a lot more aura flashes in your vision, or you notice that you associate people with colors, or maybe even developing a synesthesia that is outside your normal sensory, or what you get for images, that is also something that might be breaking through. But calling upon the dragons and the fae to help you ground your energy so that, you know, you have that place of being guarded by these beings and spirits who work well with psychic empaths, you know, working with the fae, or even working with whatever part of the divine you generally work with or associate with these softer feminine energies, because it's the soft side of the dragon. It is not the ferocious T-Rex, it's the happy-go-lucky I love you Barney the dinosaur kind of flow. It's a gentle giant. um, Also, amethysts are very important when it comes to psychic awakenings. Maybe even invest in some new jewelry if you need to transition from, if you are already psychic or very much doing a lot of this energy work, and channeling messages, switching out certain jewelry or stones that you wear for something new that is more energetically aligned. Like, go on a shopping spree and, you know, get what feels right. Just because I was looking at my evil eye bracelet, and sometimes when we transition to a new way of being or a frequency or get new gifts coming through, it's good to kind of like get a lot of that, like recycle old stones or old types of things you might have used. Give me a second. I'm a little bit. I feel like I have a shroud over my third eye and a little bit tired, but I think that's just me. Just give me a second. But yeah, out with the old and with the new during this transition. Rose quartz might also help as well. If you are trying to come into unity with self, or if you are on the precipice of a divine union, some of you have been manifesting this for a while and it might be coming in, but I'm more so getting is a sense of self that you're rekindling. So, right off the bat, some of the gifts that are unlocking for a few of you are clairaudience. That was the strongest type of communication actually coming through. Clairaudient gifts are breaking through. You might even be receiving more messages, either, psychically, internally, or, paying attention to specific songs, or if you're out in public and you're feeling a certain way, or you are in communication with certain spirit guides, you might notice more. The more you communicate with them, the more often you hear songs or music that associate with what you're doing, almost like a call and reply from the universe. If you're feeling a certain way, or you feel down, and then suddenly a song comes on and you're on the bus or a local supermarket or just in line for coffee, it might be like a specific reply to something that's going on. Because, I don't, so many times when I sit down and I just meditate and sometimes listen to music, I will have full on conversations with my angels, and I will say, I'm worried about this. And then, just the other day I said that exactly that in a song, The Remedy by Jason Mraz came on. It was like, I won't worry my life away. I'm like, okay, well, it's like, don't. So that was like God's way of saying, don't worry, honey. But that might really be coming on a lot more for you, because it's just about the depth of the connection you're actually making with your soul and your higher self and these spiritual beings. They will talk to you more, but just like with, human friendships and relationships, it bonds with spiritual ethereal beings, and even your higher self. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes energy, but once you create that connection, you're like besties. You're besties. You're not trying to impress anybody. Impressing the bestie, okay. You don't need to impress them anymore. They get you, and they're with you, and they love you. So the other clairaudience senses. Okay, I'm just looking at my notes, gathering my thoughts before I get into the cards. Ooh, I really just appreciate you guys. You're giving me like, at least right now, like 13 minutes worth of stuff before we even get into the cards. Ooh, I love to see it. I just want to say right off the bat, right now, I'm just feeling you are a very joyful collective or community of souls and star beings. You might even be going through, like I said, starseed awakenings or ascensions, or tapping into good gifts you had in previous incarnations, whether it was on this world or other. Some of you might have ancestors from like Samaria, like the Middle East. I'm hearing Somalia too. You might have had a lifetime in Egypt, or what is that place? Like somewhere like west. I'm seeing the Sahara Desert west of the Nile. You might have had previous incarnations, or your family came from like your family of origin came from that region, and you might be just tapping into a lot of older psychic gifts that are from your previous lifetimes. And when we awake to previous incarnations, we sort of remember the lessons we learned from those times and places. So it's almost like you're unlocking a lesson you already learned by recovering the memories from a past life. And if it's new to you, you know, if your soul hasn't gone through something before, it might be more difficult. But if there's something in your life you've been naturally good at, you might be improving upon that because you're learning that you had actually done it before in a past life. That's actually something that I found on my own spiritual journey when it came to, let's say, specifically manifestations. And in another, okay, can I disclose this? Yeah. So I came from the Pleiades, and over there, we kind of have this thing when it comes to manifesting uh, people, places, beings, or anything into our reality. And it was very much deliberately the power of thoughts alone. The power of thought dictates your flow, and there is no limitation to what you can create. Yes, there are certain rules and laws of the universe you have to follow, especially if you're in the 3D, the physical. Like you can't just strip the world of its gravity. You can find another way to learn to fly, but it's kind of like that. But in a sense, you are only limited by your imagination, and by the power of thought alone, you can change your life. So my entire life, when I wanted something, I had visualized it. And I visualized it until it became my reality. And I had done that for so long, even when I was growing up in a very kind of conservative Christian household. And I didn't recognize that that was what I was doing until I basically woke up to Palladian Starseed origins and some of my ancestors. I realized that that was just a gift of like this cognitive awareness of our co-creative mechanisms we have inside of us, and we are not restricted really by anything but the power of our own thoughts and minds. And freeing myself from the burdens and limitations of the physical, or the illusions of the physical, is what changed my life forever and turned the wheel of karma or wheel of fortune. Because right here, okay, the overarching energy behind like why you're unlocking this gift is, I pulled a couple cards to kind of get me into the energy of this collective. First of all, we have my favorite devil card in any like deck I have or seen. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on. So we have the devil, and right here, like he's holding a chain, but in front of them is the Page of Swords. So there is this power of the mind that sets one free from the limitations that the world or the ego or even addictions play on us. And you're collaborating with the universe to be able to perform these creative, unbounded acts of just pure co-creation, basically. And there's a lot of good luck and karma coming your way. And that's why you're able to receive these gifts. You're working in tandem with the universe. You're collaborating with your brothers and sisters and the core of creation. And you understand that there is no limitation but what we set in our minds. And letting go of the ego is the key to do that. So, first of all, the reason why you're unlocking these gifts is because you're embodying this energy. You are this Page of Swords, fighting this inner wound or this outer battle with peace and grace and tranquility. So these gifts are not free, they are earned by the power of your love and not luck. Luck alone doesn't get you anywhere because karma is karma. What you put into the universe, you get back. So let's see anything else that might be coming through. Also, you might be getting into astrology and astronomy, or combining astrology and astronomy, because specifically I heard quantum physics. So it's almost like the spiritual side of science, his spirit science, if you will. Um, I said, yeah, okay, so this is what I was picking up on. So it's exactly what I said. It's the Four of Wands, and it's about the sense of unity. It's overcoming self-limited beliefs and putting these plans into action. You are outsmarting a troll that might have been hiding under your bridge, preventing a lot of self-actualization, a unity with self, a unity with family and children. You might even be coming into a time where you are celebrating more connections. celebrating possibly even birthdays as well, or celebrating again, a soulmate union. You might even be getting married to a divine counterpart or had been recently married to your twin flame, which I want to congratulate you on, because, doing a soulmate twin flame journey is not easy. And this is okay, well, sometimes you don't have to flip the cards. Sometimes it's like, it's interesting you know, being very much a clear channeler, and like sometimes I don't have to even look at the cards. I can feel the energy. I can feel your energy. But that's exactly, I like that they're confirming what I'm saying. But let's get deeper into it to see if there's anything else. So as far as gifts go, yeah, I'm getting a lot of past life starseed origins too. Okay, so some of you might have known actually or been aware that you were a starseed from a young age, early in life. And this might be just kind of reconfirming or recontextualizing this, because it is entirely possible to be aware that you're not, your soul hasn't been here for a while and came from another world. It's possible to know that, be aware of it, but not remember it fully. So you could be recovering the memories from those past lives, or incarnations in other worlds and other lifetimes where you were another worldly being, or even, yeah, because for most of it, I'm not saying that it's from this planet. Some of you might had incarnations on Earth, but it feels more like this is a foreign world. This is brand new. This is like Knight of Cups energy is very much like a little bit of uncharted territory, but like willing to kind of, I'm hearing make a difference. You want to know more. Your heart is open to learning. You might not be fully, you might be either new to spirituality or not fully like diving deep into the spiritual journey, but I'm hearing future endeavors. You might be seeking like assistance and guidance, and probably why you're here. What else might this be about? You might have questions concerning a starseed origin, or just want information. Oh, right. Okay. So another thing, there's a lot of things that came up earlier. I have it written on a notepad, and I missed one. And it's funny because the Knight of Cups on this card, which I'm, hold on, can you please focus? No, my camera doesn't want to cooperate. So this Knight of Cups has like a pointed ear, like an elf. The name Oberon came up, and specifically Oberon, the Golden King. Oberon is the king of the fairies from Midsummer Night's Dream, and yeah, that play specifically is about love. Oh, what fools these mortals be! You might identify as Pan, but okay. That might be a touchy subject, but we'll move on. Yeah, because there was a lot of, okay. Non sequitur, there's a lot of rainbow energy surrounding you. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're part of the LGBTQ plus community. It might just mean there's a lot of that happy-go-lucky sunshine, the rainbow, vibrant light. Your life is a coloring book, and you have a whole box of crayons, and you're just going to go like a happy little crow bouncing around and just enjoying like life like you did a long time ago. But again, tapping into your inner child is to tap into that Fae-like frequency. And I have plenty of videos on this channel talking about, tuning into the Fae. And I do actually have a couple readings about messages from the Pleiades. I might do more. If you'd like to get any more Starseed origin messages, please leave it in the comments below. I might just kind of intuitively, psychically pick up on it and do it later, but if there are any specific Starseeds you like to see, like getting channeled messages from their origins, if you want to know more, just to get a little bit of guidance, just let me know. That's what I'm here for. And I love doing this work, and I love being here for you guys. It just feels like you're not working so hard to impress people. I heard the phrase "dress to impress." The I don't know if it's still trending. It was a Roblox kind of game that came out a while ago. If it's still relevant, you might actually like playing video games, and that's a good way to tap into your inner child. There's a couple of interesting messages coming through, but I don't know how to say it. I heard the phrase "leave no stone unturned," and what does that mean? Okay, no surrey unslurried. I don't know what that means. If it means something to you, that message is for you specifically. Uh, um, what other gifts might be unlocking? If some of you have been planning a planned pregnancy, I heard the phrase planned pregnancy. If some of you are having a child or going into labor, wow, geez. Well, first of all, shut this off and call an ambulance if you're going into labor. But if you are, or even like spiritually producing something, you're putting in the work to do something, it feels like this is, or you are currently pregnant or planning on being pregnant, you have a lot of good news surrounding this pregnancy. It's very healthy. You are supported by the universe because this child is going to help you on your spiritual journey and spiritual growth, especially if you've ascended to a certain frequency and gotten rid of a lot of karmic debt from your family line, or you worked on your own karma and you cleared that out. You're going to have a very blessed pregnancy. So I'm just going to say this as confirmation, and I just want to, congratulate you. Oh goodness. Okay, so I don't want to take it only if it resonates. Some of you have been wanting to have a baby boy, and you're going to have a baby boy, but they are going to be very highly sensitive psychic empaths too, and you might be aware of this because I just saw an image of a little boy wearing like blue overalls or suspenders and like a cap, like what do you call it? Like a train conductor. Like maybe if you already have a child or you're going to have a child, they like what is it, Thomas the Tank Engine, or you liked watching that show. I don't know why that image just reminded me of that, but well, first of all, you're on the right track, let me just say. And it's going to be a very successful union with yourself, your significant other, and your child. This is a child who has almost wished you into existence to be their parent, and they want what's best for you. So when they finally incarnate here, you might even be in communication with them spiritually during your pregnancy, talking about soul contracts. It's like they're not a fully formed person, until you know until you agree that they're ready to come into the world. But it's entirely possible to be in communication with your child before they're born. So I just want to wish you the best of luck. And if you have been doing something regarding a project as well, if you don't resonate with the pregnancy, you're just planning something. You're planning the soul mission to meet with family. You're planning to start a new business. It is coming to fruition. Your hard work and labor is paying off. And you might even be in the process of doing that right now, because I just saw someone like popping a cork on a champagne bottle and just celebrating. Like if you open a business and you do a big opening ribbon cutting ceremony, someone's drinking champagne and you're just, yeah. And I'm seeing a waiter like handing out hors d'oeuvres. So once you kind of go through a lot of these spiritual awakenings and alignments, you're going to see your life shift. So if you've been wanting that, if you've been wanting a lot of newness, if a lot of things, that is going to kind of coincide when you align with a certain level and these gifts come through. Your external life is going to change as well. So I'm hearing some of your lives might have been a mess lately. And if that's the case and you haven't been seeing a lot of these signs, you will be soon, that these spiritual gifts are coming through. And as they break through and as you agree to receive them and commit to the spiritual journey, your external world will in turn move in a better aligned direction. And just remember, we are all connected and brothers and sisters. We are all working together and we are all lights of God, the Most High One. And I just want to say congratulations as well as thank you for committing to this journey, to committing to your truth, to your success. I want to congratulate you. And once again, dear viewers, thank you for joining me. I wish you the best, all my love, and have a nice day.